right, for those of you who are asking for a little rig rundown here at Mannheim Steamroller 2022 Green Band Tour, this is for you. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. We're at the Orpheum Theater, literally the home field of Mannheim Steamroller. This is where they're based. All their, diehard fans and stuff for all over the decades. A lot of them live here. Anyway, let's talk about the drums. So here I have the official Mannheim Steamroller drum kit. It's a fully acoustic kit with a little bit of hybrid stuff going on here, and I'm just going to switch the camera on so I can see what I'm looking at here. So let's start with the kit. The kit is a trick drum set. It is all aluminum shells. Do with that what you will. It's not something I like or prefer. It will probably be different next year when it come out here. They don't stay in tune. They're hard to tune. Even if they are in tune, they don't sound very good. They sound kind of like trash cans, honestly. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. But today I did go through all the toms and just lower the pitch of all the drums on the bottom heads. I took the bottom heads down, and that lowered the pitch and seemed to help them sound a little bit more like actual drums. Let's see here. I can move to the snare drum. This is again, trick. I'm not sure what this thing is made of, but they made a specific snare for Mannheim Steamroller. As you see, it says here with the logo. There's the trick badge, trick mechanism, and so 6.5 by 14. I don't know. Again, I don't know what it's made of. It's 20 pounds. It's probably a cast metal of some kind, bronze or brass or something. So this whole thing is on this rack unit. Everything is bolted to the floor here, the platform, and the whole thing rides onto the truck as is. Basically, they take the cymbals down, a few of the pad here, the Alesis. I don't know. They probably take these bells off. I don't even know. I don't stick around to find out. But basically, the whole kit, as you see here, drums mainly, stays as is on their stands, and the whole thing just rolls into the truck. So it's definitely takes some abuse in that regard. I am using my Istanbul Agop cymbals here. This is a 19-inch Exist crash, a 20-inch Exist power crash. A friend of mine made this cutout for me long time ago. It just kind of goes ding. 15-inch Agop traditional medium hats, which I brought out. And then what used to be the China cymbal has now been officially, it's gone. And we put up the old Crash Ride, the Mannheim owned Crash Ride. And I'm not going to say the brand name, but you can see what it is. It rhymes with children, sort of. Clever, right? Yeah, not. So as I said, we're in the Orpheum Theater here, beautiful historic theater in downtown Omaha. Aquarian heads, Super 2s all across, even on the snare drum. Not my choice, but that's what they have out here. So I joined up with the tour about 10 days ago. Without going into too much detail, the drummer was fired and I was his replacement. So I came on mid-tour, and none of this stuff is to my specs. So that's why I'm sort of a little frustrated with stuff, but I'm making do, and that's what you do when you're a pro. You rise above and overcome. And that's what I've been doing. So moving on. The Alesis guy here, I use it for a couple of tunes. Only those 4 pads. Orchestra bells, glockenspiel, as it were. Toy piano. Some mallets for cymbal rolls and whatnot. And then back here I have a dulcimer, which I'm playing on one tune, and I'll just play. Really hard to keep that thing in tune, especially in the weather that we're out here dealing with. Some wind chimes. This little guy, roto cymbal, whatever you want to call him. Stuart Copeland used that. I hit that twice in the show. And we just found this today. It's an extra snare drum, which I was asking for just in case I blew through this one. What would I do? And so we found another snare drum somewhere hiding. Pedal is a Tama Iron Cobra, felt beater. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. The whole China cymbal thing, there was a huge drama that happened with that, and let's just say that somebody didn't like it. And so in order to diffuse the situation, I graciously allowed it to be swapped out for the remainder of the tour. What will happen next year remains to be seen, but probably I will have a China cymbal somewhere up in this setup, maybe on the other side, maybe in the left side, but we'll see. That's kind of what happened there, for those of you who are asking. I don't really want to get into the details of it because it's kind of not cool to talk about shit like that, like outside of the tour. I've got my two music stands here because I'm reading the show from an iPad. The show is all like it's clicked out, but it's also transcribed. It's like drum notation. Excuse me. I've been sick this whole tour, so dealing with that still. And then there's bell parts, so when I have to read the bell parts, I put it up on that stand so I can read it better. So yeah, that's kind of it. Rock and sock stool. I hate this thing. This rock and sock, it like just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and I sit on it and I go and I play the floor toms, and then it spins this way even though I want to go that way, and it's not stable and it moves, and I'm always having to shift it around with the feed and driving me crazy. Quickly, the hi-hat stand, the post has been cut off, so I cannot raise these any higher in order to get my snare drum up higher like where I like it. So the snare drum is too low, the hi-hats are too low, which creates a problem because I end up doing this to compensate during the show, and then my back hurts. So lots of ergonomical horrible things. These floor toms, I would want them to come in. Look how much space is here. This is crazy. I want my floor tom right here. Like the center of the drum should be right there. Instead, it's like 6 inches out. Same thing with this drum. Too far out. So, yeah. And look, it's a mounted tom. Like, are you kidding? I mounted it that way just to bring it this way further in, because otherwise it's even another 6 inches further out. I was like, it's impossible to play this bloody thing. These heads are all pitted out, you can see, because they're all at the wrong angles and wrong heights, and I'm just hitting hard and kind of careless at this point. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna play, and whatever happens, happens. I didn't buy the heads. I don't have to worry about it. There's a ton of heads in a case somewhere. So I'll probably play this last show before Christmas. We have 3 days off, and then next show I will swap out all the heads again and get this snare drum back in working condition, because this is a Tama. It's a power snare. I don't know what they call this, but it's a wood shell. So I'll probably go with this from now on, if I can get it sounding good. Because this thing is so loud. It's too loud for this ensemble. So, yeah, there we go. That's the rig rundown for Mannheim Steamroller 2022 Green Band Tour. Brian Zach signing off.